I'm Dixie Biggs.
And I'm Eliza Lot.
And this is We Like to Work. Here we talk all things
gay, camp, drag, and fun. And welcome back.
Yeah,
super exciting. So, we're on to our second episode, which is super exciting. Are you excited?
I'm so excited, guys. No, I am.
We are excited now. We were not excited for a second. Look at me.
No,
just hungry.
Yeah, I wasn't hungry.
You were definitely
I wasn't. I
hungry.
ate before we did it. I
I'm
literally
talking
had the stir fry.
Okay, cool.
Anyway,
Let's do like a little check-in with each other, even though you're all SC. What's been going on?
Well, we both pretty much don't work.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
We see each other in our bedrooms, not like that. And we pretty much just literally sleep in and then go, well, what do you want to do today? And then we both go, well, you've got no money. So what else do you want to do?
And then there's nothing to do. But I feel like, well, we did go, we were sitting at home and we thought, we have no money, but let's get drunk. And so we got everything that anyone has ever left at our house in our fridge, put it onto our bench.
Like the bad ginger kombuchas and shit like that.
They were out of date when I bought them. So so we got all of our drinks out and then we were like, yeah, let's just have a drink here. I really wanted to go somewhere, but Dixie was like, no, let's not go there. So then we did this and then we got drunk and then we're messaging one of our friends and they were like, oh, we're going to a club. And then we did and a half, like an hour. And we were like, let's go, let's not go. And then we decided to go and we didn't speak for like 2 hours.
Yeah, we got into drag, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
We fully got into drag. And then we went out. And we like hardly spent any money.
Not really.
Which was really good.
It was more of a straight kind of club, so
yeah.
Because we obviously looked gorgeous and beautiful, got lots of free shots and stuff, which was
yeah.
And then I don't know, we just danced the night away.
We danced the night away. It was actually such a fun time. I haven't had that much fun at that place in such a long time.
I think my testicle just went up to my heart.
Anyway, and then moving up and so that's pretty much all we've been doing. What have we got on? What's coming up? Oh, we have nothing.
We're literally going to Queensland.
We're going to Queensland.
You're going for like 2 weeks.
I'm going for 2 weeks. I'm super excited.
I'm coming up after because I have a gig that I have to go to. So.
Some people get booked.
Yes, they do. Oh well.
But yeah, we're gonna go and visit some drag places. So there's like that Draglicious in Brisbane, and then we're gonna go to Fluffy, and we're gonna go to the beach, the Stand.
Yeah.
Because I've never actually been out in Brisbane actually.
No.
Ever.
No, my friend Natalie said she'll show us around and stuff.
Yeah. So we've got like so many new places to explore, to have fun, and yeah, and that's pretty much what all that's coming up.
And then apart from, we literally sleep and go out. That's
Sleep and go out.
And then complain about spending money and then come back and just do it all over.
That's it. Look for jobs. We did a massive job hunt last night.
Yes.
Both of
we
us.
both heard from 2 places today.
Which is good.
2 interviews tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't have any interviews yet, but let's hold on time. I got 2 calls, but I will call them back and probably as soon as they meet me, they'll be like, oh my god, have the job hunt.
Will they?
Probably. I don't know, but they probably will.
And what else was I going to say? Your makeup's different today, so we could discuss that.
Is it?
You
well, yeah.
Know what to do under your eyes.
I never know what to do under my eyes, and people tell me. So I decided to do some glitter, and I'm going to zoom in on this. So I did some glitter under my eyes, and yeah, I was pretty happy with it. And yours?
I don't know what happened. I literally just sat there. No, thank you.
It gives me the sugar skulls. Sugar skulls?
Yeah, but that's.
Come on, Denali.
No, she looked away. I don't even know what happened. It just kind of kept going, and then I kept trying to draw the lips, and they got bigger and bigger because I was trying to make them even. And now they just ended up out here, but because of the light, you can't really see them very well. And I even put nails on. I didn't ever put nails on.
You're welcome. My nails that you were like, they're stupid. Don't buy those. I hate them. And what are you wearing right now? Also the clown from It. gives me those vibes as well.
Does that?
Do you get that?
No.
Okay. Just
Maybe the hair a little bit.
I thought you were doing that before, like your dad.
No.
Oh.
No, that's Katya.
Oh.
I'm gonna die down there.
Alright.
What is the gay scene? The who, the what, the why, the when, the how, and the it's even.
The it's, yes. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So really just breaking that down, getting all the way into it, yeah?
Yeah,
we should do that. Let's talk about the gay scene. Yeah. So, what is the gay scene? Like, how would you describe the gay scene?
There's like so many layers.
Oh, layers and layers. It's just like...
There is though, there is.
Yeah. I definitely think that
there's different types, like depending like on which like clubs you go to or the kind of areas that you go to. Like here in Melbourne, there's like north side and south side, and they're like not completely different. Well, I suppose they are.
I think they're very different.
Like north side is a lot more
eccentric.
I don't know.
I think it's like, well, we're south side, so obviously we think what we are.
I feel like it's like doof clubs kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like up there, it's still clubs, but it's not like as crazy. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, I was just laughing at you.
Okay.
No, I think that it's just a little bit different. I think it's more like the Brunswick Fitzroy kind of vibe over there, but it's still gay. And there's a lot more, like when you really think about it, they've got so much more than we do.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got one club. But I think over here, the gay scene is more than just that one part, if that makes sense. So they've got a couple of clubs and that's their gay scene, whereas over here, the gay scene is all around, like Paran.
Yeah.
That is the gay scene. Yeah.
And I think that like the heaps of talented people like on both sides, if we can say like north and south, but I think north side they're very creative and like
that's probably more the word.
Like alternative in the ways that they do things.
Yeah. Definitely.
In a good way. Like
100%.
they come up with like crazy like cool ideas and everything, and like south side do as well, but like they're a lot more like, I don't know, more of a performance side that way, and maybe more of a look side south side. For a lot of people.
100%.
A lot of people. There are still like the people that do the south side stuff, but
because everyone does mingle, and I think it's something that we as a community and as like a scene have created, like this north side, south side.
Definitely. Well, it's kind of a joke as well.
It is a joke because
people will be like, ew, like you're from the south side or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like,
which because we go to the north side like a lot to go over there to go to the clubs because that's where they are. But I think that just over here is like a very different vibe.
Especially in comparison to back in Tassie, there is no really. There's gay people, but there's no scene. Like before I turned 18, I was a lazy butterfly around when you were 18.
I knew about it.
Yeah.
But
well, my sister used to go there, and like I just heard of it and knew that it was a gay club. But by the time I was 18, it was closed, and that was that. And then the only gay kind of scene was in Hobart, really.
They did have that one at Club 54. That was gay for a little bit when I was a bit young. When I would have been like just a little bit younger.
I want to know about that.
It was gay, and now it's churchy. Apparently.
It is. It's church now.
Yeah, it's a church. Wow, how has it changed? But
it's a lot more. I think like I said, lots of gay people down there, but not really much of a community. There is, but it's very small in comparison.
Yeah.
So when I first came here, it was so weird.
Oh, so overwhelming.
Yeah, like I was so scared to go because I said like last episode that it was just like my friends were like, oh, I'm not going to a gay club, and I was like, please, I just want to see what it's like. And that's and
like you just literally have no idea what it's going to be like because, well, I'd never been to the club in Hobart, and I think, have you been there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'd never been to that, so coming here, and I did more north side because I was north side when I first
moved.
Yes, I know. I was north side once, I'm south side now. No, I love it, and it was so different, and I remember I used to be north side and go out to all those clubs, and I would love it. And then I came over to the south side and I came here and I literally hated it. Like I hated going to some certain clubs. But I think it was just because I knew more people over that side. So I could run into people and I felt more comfortable. I wish there wasn't as much as a divide. And I don't think it's massive. I think it's very close, but you can definitely...
I think it's more of like a joke thing. But there are some people that are like, you're from this area, you're from this area.
Yeah.
And then then it kind of goes into some people the gay community can be very toxic.
Oh.
Before I moved, I was like, I want to go here and I want to do this. And then someone would be like, oh, be really careful of that club or something because it's really crazy and blah blah blah. And I didn't think it was, even when I was there, it was new, but I wasn't like, oh my god, this is too much.
Yeah.
For some people it is, but that depends on what kind of a club you like to go to. Some clubs you go and watch a few drag shows and stuff, and it's still a club, but everyone's a little bit closer maybe.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more of a puppy vibe. Not.
And there are other ones there's plenty. There's so many up north side actually, and sorry, and it just. Some people can get pretty toxic because there's the people that go out to get as much as they possibly can off other people. Yeah. And then there's say, I don't know, say if you're working at a club or something and the amount of, when I work at a club and people come up to you non-stop and they're like, oh hey, can you do this? Even the other day I got a message from someone who I don't know, I've never met, and they were like, hi, you don't know me, I've seen you around though, I was wondering if maybe you could take me and my friend in next week with you. And I was like, no, I can't take anyone in. I get 2 people to come in with me and that's it. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. People who I don't know.
The nerve of that though. I would never message someone I didn't know and be like, hey, can you get me into a club for free? And I think the more that you buy into the gay scene, the more kind of toxic it gets. Because you kind of base yourself on that and being like, oh, I'm at this part of the gay scene, or I'm the top. It's no, you're not.
Yeah.
No one is. No one cares.
Even it could be anything from some people think that I've always been really cautious, and I think you are too, because so many people come across as just wanting something from you. They're always wanting something, or they're like, oh hey babe, how are you? And then it's all cuddling and everything, and then it'll be like, oh hey, did you have any more I don't know, drinks or something? Someone, there's so many people that are always wanting something, and even meeting people at the bar and stuff. I'd always go up to the bar staff and be like, hi, how are you? I actually work on the door, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. But then there's some people who would go there, and then once, one of my friends was working on the Tia, working at the bar, and she said that night that the amount of people that came up to her and she'd get their drink, and she was like, yep, cool, and they'd be like, thanks babe, and she was like, excuse me, I have to pay for that, and they're like, oh, but I'm here, it's me, you know me, we've met so many times, and she's like, yeah, and I'm working. So there's so many people that assume it, so it can be very toxic, I think, in that regard. Same with relationships sometimes, not romantic relationships, just kind of, I guess,
friendships.
We've
we've always talked about because and it can start, and it can be different stuff like that, but club friends, because we knew each other before, but when we used to go out, I would just see you every week and come up, never ask for anything, but I would just come, I would just come up and talk to you and stuff, and that would be it. And we still have so many people like that.
Yeah. But it's good though, it's nice to see them and stuff. And
and it can
most people I
transition
think
into
don't come up to us anyway because I'm just an arsehole. And I'm like, fuck off.
That's true, they come up to me, the nice one. Am I wrong?
That's fair though.
No, but
everyone.
I think that at the start, because our whole friendship group, when if you take it back, what is there, 15 of us? We were club friends, but now we're all friends outside of it, and we'll go and do stuff. So it can be really good in the way that works, because you can go from being club friends into real friends. It sounds so stupid, saying it. But it's real.
Sense. And I don't know about you, but when I first started going, in a way, when you did start to get to know people and say if someone was like, oh hey, here's a drink card, or oh, you can come in for free, it makes you feel special. So you kind of, it sounds not cool, but you just kind of feel oh wow, I love this. So that makes you want to go all the time. And when I first moved, it was very I got way caught up in that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go this person might buy me a drink, and I'm gonna get in for free.
Yeah.
And, I'm just gonna have a good night out and whatever, and then you know what I mean? Or even sometimes it'd be oh no, I'm gonna cancel my plans tomorrow so I can stay or go and do that.
Call sick to work or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know, I don't know if people do that, but some people do call sick to work.
I've done it so many times. Probably more days than I've worked in the last 10 years. But
And do you think that it's all about just, like we said before, like trying to get something off someone? Like, I think that is the worst thing. If like, because a lot of people, and we do know people that do go out just because they want to get something, and they just, and I think that personally is just so sad and so annoying.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it should be about you going out and being with your community, especially for like small town people like us. Going out, we've actually, you know, been able to be at this gay club with these gay people. Like we said, like last time, we just used to hang out with girls. And you go out in clubs to be with the girls, you know. And so I really don't appreciate when people try and take advantage of it. And I think like my experience with that would be when I first started dancing at gay clubs, and I had all these people from and not more like all these like guys basically like, oh hey, like if you ever need another dancer, like, you know, hit me up. And I'm like, I haven't spoken to you in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, it's so good. Even like producers and like entertain like company owners and stuff like that, being like, oh, like, you know, like you're doing this with this club, like I should come in and like we should do something together. And I'm like, so you want to take over my gig, like, and that's what I like. That's probably like the worst thing that I.
It's still
like,
very limited again too when it comes to performing. Like, in comparison to say like straight venues and clubs.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near as many places for people to perform. So when there's like the resident kind of drag queens and stuff who have their like weekly gigs and everything, then there's the people who like want to do it more. Like I'm not a resident drag queen, I just go out and drag. Like then there's the ones that like are doing it for work, kind of thing. And like I want to do it more. And that's what I mean. Like everyone wants to. There's only so many spots.
There's only so many events. Days.
And then like when they kind of come up, they might be popular for a bit, but if they're not, you know, the resident drag queens or something, like the people want to see them, they kind of fizzle out after a while, which is much like a lot of things, but that's just kind of how it is, really. Yeah,
that is pretty much how it kind of all goes.
And that is...
I think that's the gay scene. I'm pretty sure that we've just explained the whole gay scene to you, so if you don't know now, it's kind of your own fault.
Sorry, it's your fault, dog.
A bit silly.
Dog?
Me calling someone silly.
Yeah, you are the like, stupidest person in the world. Anyway.
No, but at the end of the day, with the gay scene, I have a really good group of friends, and I'm really lucky that I have those group of friends that I can be with and be, you know, go out and see all the time. There's always going to be the people wanting something, but that happens in straight places as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually watched like something about like a guy like complaining that he works on the door and the girls just come up and like they'll wait in line. They'll be, oh, I have no money. They're like, oh, I have no money. Like I just want to get in the club.
Cool.
Like, but you need to pay. Like, yeah. So I think that, but like we are very lucky with our friendship group and everyone that we know.
Well, it's also learning like who you can trust and everything, because there are some people you can't trust. They'll seem like a great friend at the time or that weekend or whatever.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Then you will ask for some help or like, I don't know, ask for something.
Hey, whatever.
But yeah, it's a bit of a journey through the gay community.
Yeah, it can be rough. I was like, that's what I was trying to say.
But it takes a while for you to find it takes a while to find your people. Genuine people, and it's just literally a learning curve, so you just have to do it.
You got a learning curve.
You just gotta go out there, experience it. If it's for you, then it's for you. If it's not, it's not. And then that's it.
Don't be gay.
Exactly.
Just don't be gay.
Just don't be homos.
Don't be homos, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's a choice, obviously.
Obviously. Like, you're not born with it.
If
you want to do that, then...
It's not for me. Like, if you want to do it, but like, that's it.
Like, see, when I was born, I wanted to do this. Like, I used to wear mum's dress every day. And stamp on my brother's feet really hard with her stilettos.
Yeah,
I have no remorse.
I just like the attention.
So continuing on from what we were just discussing.
Sounds fab.
Let's go into how we found our friends in the gay community. The gay scene, whatever you want to call it.
Shall I start?
I guess so.
Finding friends in the gay scene. I think that I used to, I don't know what that was. I think that I started with going out with someone that wanted to go to gay clubs but they weren't gay. So let's say an ally. So I used to go out. Yeah, a boy.
Oh.
That's when I first.
He's not gay.
No, he's actually not gay.
Okay.
You know.
But he just wanted to go to gay clubs.
But he liked going to gay clubs. I had probably experimented a couple of times, but So have I. You know, and that's the kind of the way that I got into it, was going through there, and that's like when I was saying like the north side, south side thing is that I used to always go in the north, and when I first came over to the south side, because it was so different, it was just it was so different. I literally walked into a certain club and I literally got to the first like little bar and then went home. Someone was like, do you want to go to the north side? And I was like, yeah. And I didn't like it at all. But the next time, I think it was when I kept coming out with our good friends Mitch and Bridget. Shout out to Mitch and Bridget. I think that they wanted to come out more, and I started going out with them, and then also I started taking like all my straight friends. This is when I lived out in the burbs. I would take the burbs. The western suburbs. I would go out with them like to some place in the city, some straight bar, and then they're like, oh, like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, let's go to this club. And we would always go there, and they would have the best time, and always like, it was so fun. And that's when I kept seeing you.
I think it's because it's so
it's so fun.
Going on from what you were saying, that's like straight friends wanting to come.
Yeah.
Like, I've taken so many of my straight friends there, and they're like, oh my god, I prefer it here. And it's because the difference is like at straight clubs, if girls are being like fighting with each other or something, or guys like physically fighting with each other over someone's girlfriend or someone's done this, someone's done that, and people do fight in the gay community, but it's not like a full punch up in the middle of the club or whatever. Like, they'd be like, I hate you, bitch.
And I'm telling you tonight. And then
yeah, literally. So I think that's why people like to come, even like straight friends, like guys and girls, because the music's really good.
Yeah.
And like there isn't any of that.
Yeah.
You could literally go, if you wanted to, you could rock up in like a pair of undies and that's it. And people wouldn't care.
People do.
People wouldn't care. Whereas like some gay friends have gone with us to straight clubs before, when we've gone with our straight friends, and security straight away is like, put your shirt back on, or like...
Yeah,
you know.
When I used to go out, I used to have to like wear, you'd have to wear like a dress shirt. And you'd have to wear like something. So when I first started going to the club that we met at, I always used to wear like a dress shirt. I used to take it off on the inside, but I used to always do that because I would have had to go to somewhere else beforehand. But in saying that, all of my friends that I've ever been with, actually a couple have, but 95% of my friends have always been like, hell yeah, let's go to a gay club. That's so fun. Hell yeah, we're gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But they've, which I'm pretty lucky that they've all wanted to do that. So I'm pretty lucky in that respect. And what about you, finding friends in the gay scene?
When I first moved up here, it was just Daniel and me. Our Canadian Prince Daniel.
Our Canadian baby. I love him. Love that boy more.
And we didn't even really know each other when I first moved here. And it was our first night, and we went to Love Machine when it was Gossip Sundays. And it was just us two, and we literally stood in the corner because we didn't know anyone, and we just drank, and like we'd just go out drinking and be like, okay, do you want to get the next ones? And we just kept doing that. That's where I met Miranda as well that same night.
That's not like super gay. I know.
But that's when it was really gay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was the first time I went, and then like they had the renovations and then whatever. And then I was like, oh my god, I really want to get a poof to it. And yeah, then we went there, and like it's just so much fun because there's 2 different rooms. Like if you want pop music, there's that. Or if you want like DJ doof music, there's that. And
it's big and it's spread out.
I don't even know what it was. I think because I don't have any shame with going up to people and meeting them. Like if they're the drag queens or whatever, I literally went up and I go, hi, I followed you for a while. Like I was waiting to get a photo, and then like that's kind of how it happened with a few people. And then I think literally some people would literally be like, hey, like I've never been here before, can you tell me where like the toilets are? Because it was so strange to me that boys and girls could go into the same toilets together. Yeah. That doesn't really happen anywhere. It's starting to a little bit more now, but it's still not normal.
I think it started from, that's something that has come from like the gay community, I guess, for the LGBT.
Yeah, it was just kind of that, and then I can't even remember actually, like individual people, but then it could have even been like, I think in the gay community especially, people meet a lot of people on Grindr and Tinder.
Yeah.
Because like, if anyone doesn't know what Grindr is, it's pretty much like a gay hookup app.
Well, it's a gay sex app.
Yeah.
That's what it's.
And then Tinder can be, but it's more of like a talking kind of app or whatever.
But I've actually heard from a lot more straight people. It's a lot more sex these days.
Yeah, well, they don't have a Grindr.
Yeah, so, but I never thought it was because I used to be like, oh, Grindr, and they'd be like, oh, like we don't really have that. But more recently, people have like talked about it being more of like a sex app, which is very interesting. But yeah, I think I've met a couple of people that I'm still friends with, not super duper close, but like people that I still talk to that I've met on Grindr. Which is fun.
I think there haven't been. I don't know, I've met quite a few people on there. Even people I've like talked to before, and now we're friends.
No friends. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all.
Not you.
No, we didn't mean
We
to.
never talked on an app. We don't have internet in Tassie.
No, we did. We talked on Tinder.
Oh my god! Okay, here we go.
We did talk on Tinder.
So, I don't know, ages ago, because you could literally you could go through like 60 people back home, and then it says like no more people in your vicinity, unless you're on Tinder or Grindr really late at night, and then everyone has gone to sleep, and you literally get people in Melbourne, which is over 300 kilometres away. So that's happened before. You're like, oh, someone new, like, hey, how are you? And then you're like, oh, okay, well that's not going to work. That is literally overseas. Like 13,000.
I think it's like 13,000 kilometers. Anyway.
And so we matched on Tinder.
Oh, I think I was home for the holidays.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, how are you? And you literally were like,
I don't remember this.
Good, take me to the movies. And that was it. And I was like, oh my god. And then, because that's always like I know everyone's equally as like horny and everything, I suppose, but with gays, it's just so.
It's more expected.
I was like, oh my god, well, if I pick him up in my car, like, is he gonna like have sex in the car or something? Like, I don't know. And obviously that didn't happen because I don't think.
Did I reply?
I don't think so. No, because I said to Ashley, I was like, oh, is your friend Sean nice? And she was like, if you talk to one more of my gay friends, I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, sorry.
But I don't actually remember doing that, and I wish I did, because it's so funny. I think it was like when I come back from holidays and being like a bit more like
comfortable.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm from there now, like, and I lost weight. Put it back on. But I lost weight, and I thought I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I can see myself doing it, but I'm just mad that, you know, I have the worst name in the world.
Yeah.
But like, I wish that I could remember it.
Really bad.
Yeah, I do have early onset Alzheimer's for real. No, I do.
ADHD remark.
I haven't had the test, but but yeah, no, that's so fun, and it is a good place to meet those, like meet everyone, and
I think you're very much like me too. Like, not even away from the apps. Like, well, I don't know. Like, I go up to a lot of people. Like, I don't have any shame in that. Like, otherwise, it doesn't have to be a drag queen. It could be anyone. Like, that's how I met Dawn. Like, I was like, oh, hey, you're my friend's friend. I don't know you, but I just thought I'd say hello. I don't know many people here.
Yeah.
And then that's just kind of how it happens. And then you remember each other's faces because there might be 5 or 6 places that you can go. And then, so you're just kind of seeing the same people. And every week, like, you go out and it's like seeing everyone all over again, kind of thing. And hey, how are you? Oh my god, hi, how are you? Like, it's very like that.
So good to see you.
And then there's the fake ones, like when you don't want to talk to them or they don't want to talk to you. It's like, oh babe, how are you?
Oh my god.
I'll see you at Smokers, okay? Yeah. Bye.
Oh god. Oh, it's so cringe because it's so real. But no, but I think in like, because we're such in our bubble, I think that does probably happen with straight people too. There would be, but I think because obviously we're not straight.
And I don't really, if I want to hook up, like, I'll use the apps. I don't go out to hook up, ever. Ever.
I think if I get drunk enough, I'd probably be, done.
All I want to do is like stay with friends. And even if friends have gone home, I've just like found people that have been like, hey, like, blah, 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 or whatever. Yeah. And then we end up, like, I don't know. It can be something as simple as like, hey, like, I know of you, do you want to do a shot?
Yeah, a little icebreaker.
Yeah, Esteban. I don't know exactly how it started, but I was like, can we get a photo? And then the next week I was like, let's get a photo. And then the next week I was like, we keep getting photos, we should just get one every week. And we ended up getting like 30 photos.
Oh my god.
Like, I might have been in drag, he might not have been, we might have both been boys. Literally just kind of kept repeating.
Yeah.
And we kind of kept doing that every week, and then we see each other all the time, we love each other.
And we love each other.
And we love each other. I love you, Esteban.
And I think that it becomes a bit of a safe space. I've always thought of that because we go to, well, there was a time where probably like a year and a half, there was a time that we would go to a certain club every weekend. I remember you said that you went literally like...
I think I missed 3 like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and
I
that's
went
what I mean.
every single Saturday.
And a reason, and like because like we do that because we feel safe and
it's where you get to see everyone. Because we used to be like, we won't do it this week because we really need to not go out. But it's like a social thing too.
And you want to see everyone, and you want to talk to them, and you want to know, even if they are like not super close. If you're not super close, it's nice to like. What just happened?
Just a sharp pain from the corset.
The liver. Okay. Don't worry about it. No, but it's nice.
That's on camera. Like you can see that.
I want to replay. But it's nice to see everyone, and I definitely think it's a safe space. Have you ever been in in a gay club or in a gay venue and not felt safe?
Not really. Like maybe I might be like, because again, I don't go out to hook up or anything.
Yeah.
So like if someone's like, oh hey, like you should come with me and grab my arm, and like literally I'd turn around. I can't remember who it was, but again, someone who maybe I'd met twice, and I was like, hey, I don't really know this guy. I feel really uncomfortable. Can you like pull me over and sit down? He's like, of course. Like everyone's very like that. Like no matter where you go in the world, any community, there's always going to be creeps.
Yeah.
And but no, not really, because you kind of get in there and you know you're safe.
Yeah.
Like, I've stood at the front of clubs before, like waiting for a friend in drag, and like straight guys will go past in their cars and just like yell shit out to me, but I could not care less. Like they can literally say anything, and I don't get upset. I don't really care.
Yeah.
And also standing right outside the gay club, so like I'm like
they're
not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And, and I know that if anything was to ever happen, you can just imagine like everyone, especially like, well, even if you're not in drag, but like if someone was to come over and like say hit a drag queen, the amount of people that would come out of nowhere and be like, why would you do that? Like, that's just you're not supposed to hit anyone, but never a drag
queen. I think that the only time that I felt unsafe in a club, obviously there's like the creeps and stuff like that. I don't get like too fazed by that. And I've been like dancing and people have like tried to touch me and stuff like that. And I remember like someone doing that. This isn't unsafe, but like I was like, don't do that again, I'll kill you. And then I went back up to like dancing on the bar, and like that's not uncomfortable. But like once I was at a club and they had like a back entrance, and you could be out there, and a guy literally came past and he was like hurling abuse. He was like saying the F word, like everything. It was pretty bad, and me and my friends were just there. And then he came back and he like had a massive...
When you were in Bali?
No, this wasn't Bali, this was here.
Okay.
And he got a massive thing of rocks and chucked it at us.
Was it? No.
And me just trying not to say anything, but yeah, no, it was there. And
I was excited because I knew what you were talking about.
But and that's like the only time that I felt uncomfortable, because that was that was not someone in the club, and even the security guards, like they went out and stuff like that, but there was really nothing they could do because they did it from outside the club.
They're not going to like chase them.
Yeah, and they did come back and they started yelling and stuff, and the security guard did go out and be like, fuck off, like, but that was like the only time that I felt like that. And then not too much, it was not too long after that there was like a shooting in a Melbourne club. So that kind of like made me think, like, I think I like told my mum about it and she got like really scared. Classic mums.
Well, think about it, it's like that's how easy it could be, like not even a shooting, it could be like if it was like an outside thing that with like the bars that you're talking about, like someone could literally walk past with a knife and just do that, like easy and run away, and then that's it. But but then you also can't live life worrying about that. And I don't worry about that, like even after the shooting, like it was terrible, and like you know you have to be cautious anyway, but like things like that don't stay with me. Like I just brush it away.
That was a hate crime as well. So I think that's like the only time that I've felt like uncomfortable or like.
But there are plenty of stories. Like even in Sydney ages ago, it was a couple of years ago. This guy was gay, and like I suppose some people you can just tell that they're gay. Like they might be a bit extra flamboyant or something. I don't know. People find a way to choose that, and these 2 or 3 guys came out of nowhere and started beating this guy, and a group of drag queens saw it happening and ran over and literally fought the guys off, and they ripped their wigs off and everything, and then there was like a GoFundMe page for like them to get all their money back.
Wait, in Sydney?
In Sydney.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the one in like LA and stuff like that.
Have you heard of, I can't remember, I only remember one drag queen, it was Coco Jumbo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I read this thing, and because I think she, I can't remember exactly, in the interview, like her brothers all played rugby and stuff, so like, and like, I don't know, they were like a bit bigger and stuff like that, so like they were like, don't you ever touch him again and everything, and so it was a whole thing. Like I saw it.
Yeah, that's bad that I don't remember that, but yeah, and I think it is. Yeah, it's such a thing, and like it's something that doesn't really get talked about as much, because I know back in the day it was such a big thing. Like gay bashing, like people would literally go out to do it, to find gays, to bash, because it was so wrong and it was so stupid, which is fucked. Like that you literally like imagine just being like, oh, we're gonna go out tonight and find something to bash. Like that is just like I can't, because we wouldn't go out like, oh yeah, let's go find some straight people to bash.
No.
Like, why would you spend your time and energy on that? But it is, I think we are very lucky within like tying everything back into like our community and our scene. Like we are very lucky because everyone always has your back, no matter like.
Because it is quite a big scene here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Like some places aren't as big around Australia, or even some parts of the world, people still have to. You can't be gay
There's
at all.
no gay clubs, like
at all.
underground clubs, but yeah, no, I think we are pretty lucky to have a very good scene here. There's always drama, there's always shit, but we come together, you know, and that's what matters.
In our times of need.
In our times of need. And with that, I feel like we should take a little break.
I do believe that is the case.
Welcome back. See that, guys? Oh my god. We make ourselves laugh, so that's all that matters. Alright, so welcome back. So, on our little topic of the gay scene. On gay scene, let's talk about
on gay scene.
Today on gay scene. I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Oh no! Okay, no, honestly, we're on to the gay scene, and I want to talk.
Okay, I'm ready.
Onto the gay scene, and we're going to talk about representation in the media. Do you know what the media is?
Tracy Grimshaw.
I take everything from 60 Minutes and that's what I've done. No, but like in the media, and so in movies, in everything, so have you ever been, I was like, what are your personal experiences with it?
Like seeing stuff on TV?
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
Well, definitely when I was younger, like a kid, I just remember once my auntie, we were at my nan's house and Home and Away was on, and one of the police officers ended up being gay.
Charlie? Remember Charlie?
Brown hair? Is that who it was?
Oh no, she was at the
skinny?
Braxton. She was at the Braxton.
No, this is way before. And I remember like these 2 girls kissed and my auntie was like, that's disgusting. And I didn't think anything of it because I was so little. But I've always remembered that. And because it never happened, or it was always awkward and if you were around parents or whatever anyway, if there was a sex scene. But, not that there was ever a gay sex scene, but if there was ever like, I think I freaked out more because like, internally I was like, oh my god, like I like to watch like 2 guys kiss or something.
Yeah.
Whereas like people would be like, when you see it on TV or something, or movies, and the parents will be like, I'm changing the channel.
Yeah.
And I guess that was the first thing that I remember, because even I never watched Will and Grace or anything, I never watched, I didn't watch anything, I didn't really watch any sitcoms. So I didn't really have much experience when I was younger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's start moving on to now.
Yeah.
Well, what did we just finish watching?
It's a Sin.
Oh my god, I loved it.
It was so good.
It was so good. I thought it was really good, and like I was discussing with a friend before, there's been lots of...
You don't have any friends.
There's been lots of things done like that before. I think that it's really good though. And because it's so accessible as well, like I remember like Holding the Man, and I watched that a lot like a while ago, and that was on Stan. That's an Australian one. I always want you to watch it, but you always say it.
I want to. I said I want to.
Yeah, I know. We just got to get in the right mood to watch it. Yeah, it's pretty sad, and I really loved it. But also that does bring me into what I wanted to talk about within it is because, like, it's about gay, non-gays, straight people playing queer roles.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have mixed opinions.
A little bit, but like you say yours and I say mine.
I just think because like being a minority as being a gay, I love seeing representation. To me, seeing that on screen, even if it's not for me, I just love that, and I just think that it's so great when you see a gay person playing a gay person. So like, you know, you'll finish watching a movie or something and you'll see it and you'll be like, they're gay. It's like, okay, cool, like that was real. Whenever I see a straight person doing it, I'm like, okay, that's great, and like, yes, they can act like that, but like, and it's not, and they may be a great ally and things like that, and I'm not saying that I think it's like the worst thing in the world, but personally for me, I just like to see that because I never got to see it when I was younger.
No, I agree with
What's
that.
your take? Oh, you agree?
I agree.
Yeah. Because there's been a lot of things with, like even with musicals and things like that. There was something last year about Hedwig and the Ugly Inch. A straight person was playing that, and everyone was like in uproar, being like, you should not be doing that, and that person taking that job, not thinking, well, they probably would have known because like I think this person like there was like a segue into it, like there was like them coming out as like bisexual and like all that kind of things, and then they got the role. So I don't know if that just happened to be like that. They didn't say that their sexual orientation had changed. Orientation? Oh. Preference, no?
Sexual orientation.
Yeah, so they hadn't changed, but they said that they'd like done things and things like that, and they weren't like afraid to do that. But I still do not think that is a good comparison.
No, I agree with you in that sense. I think my thing only was really. No, see, because I do agree with it. I don't know what my thing is actually. Maybe it was just more so. I don't know, like say it's like. But see, because I was going to say, like, say if it's like an A-grade movie, like with like the top actors and everything, then, like I was going to say, if there's no one to play that role, then don't have that character, I suppose. But like, that's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if people don't want, like, say a script's being written. Well, these days there's someone to play any character. So these days, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, always. So yeah, I am on your side. 100%.
Yeah, I thought so.
I know what I'm trying to think in my head, but like, because I'm not. Yeah.
You do go very middle ground though. That's what you do.
But I'm not sticking up.
But you're not
straight
sticking up for
actors playing gay characters.
Straight people. No, but I think that it is a very I love to see it. We all love to see it, and I think that some people get a bit annoyed because we would. Are you going to talk about? Yeah, go.
I don't think we're going to talk about something.
You just.
No, I was going to say because like you love if there's like any gay scene and anything, you're like, oh, nearly crying, and like I just don't really care because it's normal to me now. Like, I don't know, I think I'm past that. Like, yes, it's still not a full... I don't know, that's just me personally. Like, if I see people kissing or anything like that, I'm like, okay, cool. Whereas like, people are like, oh, it's so nice that it's on TV or whatever. But now I see it, I'm like, okay, cool, it's happening now.
I feel like I just think about, I just think about it more and being like, as a dancer and things like that, if I go to a gay club, I want to see gay dancers there.
Yeah.
If I want to go and see a musical and there's a gay person, I don't want to see a straight person.
No,
I want
that's
to see
true.
a gay person. Because, like, especially coming from my musical theatre background, there's so many times where, like, they, you know, when I first went to dancing, they were like, you need to dance like a boy, or you won't get any work.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Oh, look at me now. No, but, like, that's what they were like. They were like, you're not acting like a boy, you're too femme, you're too this, no one's going to hire you. And that's kind of how the industry was, but I think even in just like the last 5 years, it has changed just so much. And there are more musicals, like, I feel like I'm going back to musicals, but there is movies as well, things like that are written by gay people, for gay people. Like, for gay actors, then for gay to watch.
Well, see, then I think that's fair too, because a gay person writing the script, like, they're going to understand it, whereas if, like, a straight person's like, yeah, we'll just trap a gay person.
Yeah, that's what
and they can do this, like, and then they shouldn't be because they're not really understanding.
Yeah, like the 90s, like gay best friends. Like there was always like the gay best friend was there, like, you know, very like cliche and all that kind of stuff. Where I think that we've come so far into now being like the gays can have the lead roles and like, you know, like Love Simon and like things like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think it's good because they're starting to kind of come around more, like, because they weren't obviously say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They weren't a thing. Whereas now, like, they're kind of getting refreshed. Like you said, you know, there are other movies and documentaries and stuff on, say, HIV and AIDS. But now, like, something new will come out and people will talk about that, and then people are like, yeah, but what about these ones? And it's because people haven't been introduced to those ones. Like, really, you know, I know some people will be like, oh yeah, that's just like a gay movie or whatever. But something new will come out.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my god, this is amazing. And that's when people are like, if you love that, you need to go back and watch this and this and this, or read this.
Yeah.
To understand it more. Because I even like felt so like naive watching It's a Sin. Because like I heard about like, and I know about it, like, you know, the AIDS crisis and everything like that. But I never really researched it myself. So like, when I watched it, I felt so stupid and like dumb, or like just makes you, like, I was literally saying, imagine if it happened now. Imagine from just watching that as an example.
Yeah.
I don't know how, I know like millions and millions of people died from it, but like in that I was just like, you know, we can watch that and be like, okay, yeah, that was a movie or whatever. But then like it was based on true events. So imagine us going out to a club now and then like half of our friends
are dying
from,
or like,
you know,
which is,
so people just take it for granted now. And especially like if it comes to hookups and stuff, like if people are like, no, I don't use protection and I don't take anything, it's like so risky. It
is very risky, and it can be very risky. I think the best, like, I think educating yourself on it is really good, and like I've done like a lot of my own research and things like that, but I do like watching things and I do love being educated on it. But I think the most education I got from it was when I met someone that used to go out to gay clubs all the time. So she was like a hag, and she and I love her. Her name's Julie. She's amazing, and she taught, like, she was around like when it happened, or like she knew people, and like it was such a big thing. And like I think that, like, you know, the best things like that kind of experience, and to talk to older people and talk to older gays that may have known people and things like that, which is so it's obviously very sad, but at the same time it's very exciting that you can have that first-hand knowledge and actually really get into
and that's like another thing too. When I first moved, like, if like some people were really awful to older gay people if they were out in pubs and stuff, or like all of that kind of thing, and I never understood. I was like, well, they're just here. Oh, actually, I was never like yuck, but I was just like, oh, like, why are they here? Growing up, you know, if you're going out and like you're all 18, 25, but these people who are going out now didn't have the 18 to 25 years.
No.
So what they're doing now is their time to kind of like they're like, we can do this now. There's even a guy back home in Tassie, and after I came out and stuff, and I did like the drag night and whatnot, and he was a regular customer at IGA, and he's like, what you're doing is so amazing. Like, I'm so jealous. Like, I just couldn't, like, I've never done anything like that. Like, I wish I could. And now he's like saying he's 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's literally just like, you haven't, imagine us not being able to do this. Imagine us having, I don't know, be forced into like a straight job or whatever. Like,
and not being able to be,
it's an endless conversation of stories, really, isn't it?
It does definitely put it into perspective. Because we're so lucky that we can do it, that we can literally, you know, so we walk, like if we walk to the club, because we live so close, like we can walk there. We don't, because it's a bit much, but like we can go to these clubs, and we can like walk around, and we can do whatever we want, and walk along Chapel Street like nothing, and know that we're going to be safe. Whereas back in those days, they couldn't even be out and proud.
No.
Which is so lucky.
It's very sad.
It's very sad, and it's awesome that like how far we've come, but we still have a long way to go.
Definitely.
To be fully accepted. But I'm really happy with the
time
way
and
we're
education, and it'll happen one day. But
one day, I think that we just got to keep working, keep trying.
Exactly.
Keep going for it.
Very, very true. Well, I think we're gonna wrap that.
That was good. I feel like it got deep.
That for a long time.
That was like,
I know, I keep
need to
getting like
admit
too
it.
serious and just looking
Yeah.
at it.
Like, oh, there's a camera there. But no, that was good. I really liked that, getting like super deep, not being silly. Alright, well that is it for this week's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm Eliza Lot.
And I'm Dixie Biggs, and we really hope you continue on this journey with us.
This journey.
It is a journey.
A journey, yeah.
Some people don't know about any of this.
I feel like I'm like learning more stuff too, like we're talking more and...
Are you though?
I really am. I'm learning more about you and like your experiences, like things that I didn't know, which is exciting. Anyway,
I guess.
this is We Like to Work, and that's all.
So. That looks disgusting on camera.